Ledger's new Gen 5 signer keeps you safe inside and out. So let's tear it apart to see what it's really made of. The side frame is made of plastic and can easily scratch, as you can see here. The button is also plastic, but not easy to pry off. Even the back of this device is plastic, making it the lightest Ledger e-ink device in the lineup. I've never been much of an art guy, so use your creativity here. The 2.8-inch e-ink touchscreen uses monochrome to display images using millions of tiny microcapsules suspended in a clear fluid. The cool part about this tech is that e-ink doesn't require any energy to keep the current image, which we'll see later. Ledger claims the glass is scratch resistant. So let's test that claim on a Mohs scale of 1 to 6. I'm too broke for Mohs picks, so here's some equivalent household items. Scratch marks formed around level 5 to 6, in line with their claims. Interestingly enough, e-ink is more resistant to fire than LCD or OLED. This is because e-ink lacks some of the more flammable elements of other screen types. It took multiple attempts to cause damage, and even the device could still function without any issues, but I wouldn't advise doing this. On the other hand, the Ledger recovery key, which comes with all e-ink devices, is highly flammable. This backup should be in a safe for multiple locations if you're really serious about multiple backups. Now for the simple bend test. Gen 5 passes with flying colors. The hole had me questioning its durability, but there is no give from either the back or screen side. And the fun part, how do you actually open up a hardware wallet? It's quite clear that these companies don't want you inside, and for a good reason. Realistically, after watching a few JerryRigEverything videos, I thought after heating it up, I'd be in a few minutes. Yeah, that was a mistake. Maybe my hairdryer couldn't get hot enough, or my tools were wrong, but it did take me multiple attempts. Heat up, pry. Heat up, pry, stab, whatever it took. Over 30 minutes later, no joke, and progress was made. Eventually, I was able to wedge up the back plastic plate and peel it off with persistence. And finally, it was all worth it. Amongst the chaos, I completely destroyed the Type-C port on the bottom. Whoops. Along with a magnet I couldn't find a home for. Still looking for answers. At the top right, we can see the Bluetooth low energy antenna. These copper strips at the top are antenna traces, allowing the board to transmit and receive wireless signals. That's right, it's not just magic. We've also got the battery on the left, and due to e-ink using less energy, it's only 185 mAh, which is even lower than some wireless headphones and a lot of other competitors. Rev 3.3 here suggests multiple revisions in product development. I'm not positive, but the square chip on the bottom left is likely the NFC chip for using the recovery and security key feature. Investigating further, let's take out the 3 screws to remove the motherboard. And flipping the board over, we can see the cool stuff. It's wild how small these chips are. The biggest chip is the STM32WB35 MCU, which handles Bluetooth, general app processing, and communication with the secure element chip. We also have the memory chip, as well as the EAL6 Plus secure element, but I don't have a microscope small enough to read hieroglyphics. The rest of the signer is pretty straightforward. A mirror for your ego needs. This is the back side of the e-ink screen and is securely glued to the frame. Remember when I mentioned e-ink saves the last image without power? There's millions of these microscopic capsules containing positively charged white and negatively charged black ones. Energy is only used for a fraction of a second when an electrical field is applied to rearrange the particles. But there are downsides, most notably slow refresh rates, which makes it slower than LCD and OLED screens. With some effort, the panel pops right out. Again, impressive technology at such a small size. It really is a shame we can't repair hardware wallets like most other devices out there. Not only would this help the planet, but also let weirdos like me take it apart. There you have it, good as new. Well, sort of. Maybe if the back came off easier. If you're interested in the Gen 5 or Ledger device, check the link in the description to help this channel. And if you want more of these teardown videos, leave a comment below. The key takeaway here is that if someone gets their hands on your Ledger, they'll probably end up destroying it just like me.